We're the only live 3D streaming company that is taking people anywhere in the world with an Oculus headset, putting them directly into the OR with a front row seat, instead of having a surgeon take an entirely day or two out of their practice to get on a plane, sit in a hotel, have meals, and then go stand against the wall or have a conversation with the doc. They're able to take that 1 hour that matters of that case and do it in their office. This is solving a lot of challenges.
Eric Roux, Vice President of Sales for Immertec. Thanks for joining me today. Just got done watching a case with Dr. Ashgar with your platform, and it's really wild what you guys have, and really excited to talk to you today. So real excited to learn about Immertec. And so why don't you, for the folks out there that don't know about you, explain who Immertec is and what your platform is all about.
Sure. Not to oversimplify it, but we're the only live 3D streaming company that is taking people anywhere in the world with an Oculus headset, putting them directly into the OR with a front row seat, better than they could get if they were there. Because as you know, you get the sterile field, you got to stay away from it, you're off, you can't get a view. We're allowing people, no matter where they are, could be in their office in between clinic, to jump into a case real time and have conversation two-way with that operating surgeon.
It's crazy, yeah. I just had this on, and I was in Dr. Ashgar's case, and I was right by the mail stand. I could see all the instruments. You had 3 different overlays. One was of the imaging. One was a real close-up of his exposure. And so there's a lot of things you can do with it. And you can communicate in real time to the surgeon performing the case, right? Is that?
Absolutely. That's really the secret sauce of our IP, is the software that allows that real-time communication. People don't realize that even Facebook Live is delayed 10, 12, 18 seconds in some case. So you can't have that conversation. Think about when you're learning during a surgery. That surgeon's making subtle moves, and the people attending, their colleagues, they want to know why that hand just rotated 10 degrees. Now they can do it. They can ask, surgeon can answer. And it's really, the nice thing is, Mike, it's non-obtrusive to the operating surgeon. They don't have to wear anything. They don't have to do anything special. They just operate. The system is in the room, small, very small cart. Camera is about the size of an iPhone, and there's a microphone and a speaker. So we just make it easy for the operating surgeon, and make it easy on the people attending too.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, I've had an interest in VR and have played around with a little bit. I actually have a 360 camera where I went and filmed some procedures just along these lines, helping educate some of the newer folks on our team. And this takes it to, the ultimate level, I think, and it's really exciting. So let's say, a physician or facility is like, hey, I'm really interested in bringing this on. What does that process look like?
Sure. So when we install a system, the first thing we do in early on, whether it be a hospital, a surgical center, a bioskills lab, I always want to know who the IT director is, who are the people that do the work there, because we have a dedicated team of IT specialists. Our director was a 17-year Baylor, IT director down in Texas, so has a lot of knowledge and power with him. So I want to introduce him and his team directly to that IT team, whether they're direct or contracted, as soon as possible, because each side's going to have a series of questions that need to be answered as far as what is the capability they currently have. Do we need to install a separate circuit? All these things that are quite honestly over my head from a commercial standpoint, but it's important. Sometimes it can take 30 days, sometimes it could take 6 months, depending on the size of the bureaucracy, depending on the layers of decision makers. But it's really a pretty simple process when you peel back the onion. Install the system. The cart is easy to store. It only comes out days of cases. We support those cases so there's no lift on the site at all. A lot of times they want to know what's it going to mean to their staff, another machine in the room. Very small cart. We handle it all. We have a tech there that day. And then the surgeon just simply operates. We manage also all the back end. So when an event is set up, say a surgery, a live surgery that's going to be streamed, we manage all the attendees as far as getting them an Oculus headset that's been sanitized and shipped it out to them. And then we have a customer success team that reaches out directly to each attendee, walks them through how to connect it to the internet they'll be at. So the day of the case, they just pop it on and turn it on, and they're in.
Yeah, it was super easy when you just gave it to me. It was boom, I was there, and it was super impressive. So for the facility, what does it cost? What's the cost to a facility to bring this on?
Not to use a salesy term, but it's one of the best parts. Costs nothing for the site. So we don't charge the site anything. We make our money from the industry partners. So we install it no charge. We store it there. We have a basic consignment agreement that the sites have for holding the equipment. But there's no charge to the site. There's no charge to the surgeon doing the case as faculty. The industry partners, the companies, they pay because, number one, this is solving a lot of challenges, a lot of logistic challenges and quality challenges. So instead of having a surgeon take an entirely day or two out of their practice to get on a plane, sit in a hotel, have meals, and then go stand against the wall or have a conversation with the doc, they're able to take that 1 hour that matters of that case and do it in their office.
Yeah.
So we're solving that aspect. One of the companies, one of the Fortune 500 company that we did a little run with, they tracked the return on investment, they tracked expenses, and one of the most powerful outcomes from that was that they have about a 90% cancellation or reschedule rate when surgeons have to go take days out of practice and travel. They had a less than 10% cancellation rate with our system.
Wow.
So that alone, they told me, they said, this is incredible. So that alone would save them all the money in the world. And they're getting a better view of the procedure.
Yeah. I mean, it's everything you would want if you're a surgeon considering a new device, a new procedure. I mean, you're there in the actual procedure.
Oh, yeah.
And, it reduces the expense for, I think, industry partners where, it can be several $1,000s to send somebody to a bioskills training, right? And so this is really getting them in the OR and seeing it firsthand and having the opportunity to talk about it with the physician. So let's say there's a surgeon out there that really wants to learn. I'll just use endoscopic spine surgery, for example. I know one of your sites is Dr. Jim Yu. And so what would it look like for, just say a surgeon in, Arizona that would like to log into one of his cases? How would that get set up?
Sure. So I'm excited Jim Yu's getting installed this week as we sit here. So Dr. Yu has been a long time coming. We're excited. He's excited. So the process would be very simple. Whatever company he's going to be sponsored by or paying for it, they would set the date according to Dr. Yu's schedule. The date would get set. They just come right to us. There's a portal they can use to either log in and manage their own, the company that is, or they can call our customer support team and say, hey, we want to do an event. Here's the date. Here's the time. We then place it on a schedule. We then notify our field team that day there'll be an event. We call them events, the surgeries. And then the company partner would then go out and inform the people they want to attend to basically download our app on their phone. Okay, we're in the Google Play and the App Store. So you download the app. Once they download it, they'll see the schedule and they register for that case. They register for the case. We get notified. The company gets notified through the portal who registered. That allows the company to make sure it's the people they want attending. It's not someone else. So nobody can just join. There's a layer of security there.
Good.
So they approve it. Once it's approved, we then ship the headset to that attendee because all their information is in the app. We then schedule a phone time for a 5-minute call with them to teach them how to use it. Because remember, there's also, you mentioned overlays, and I just want to clarify, they're picture in a picture. I mean, there's a lot of people go, what's an overlay? When you have the headset on, you're getting the environment, but then you could have up to 4 feeds coming in that are almost a picture in a picture, little screens. We teach them how to use their hand control to be able to move those and customize what they want to see.
Yeah.
So that's it. And the day of the event, they just turn it on, and that headset is paired to that event. That's another layer of security. So one thing a lot of people want to know is, hey, what about HIPAA? What about security and firewalls? We've got so many redundancies built into our system for security. We've passed every test. We're in Stanford or in Emory. So we can get by some big challenges as far as security answers. So the system is very secure. You don't have to worry about outsiders jumping into a case and watching. We also don't record. That's an important aspect. Recording would be a whole nother level of patient consent. We're streaming live. That's what we do. The same as when someone attends and watches a case. So that's the same consent. Nothing changes for the site.
That's great. Super excited to explore this further. Appreciate you coming out to Arizona, and excited to speak with a lot of the surgeons that we know about this technology. I'm sure it's pretty simple, but if people want to find you and kind of go down the road with Immertec, what's the best way?
I would go www.immertec.com. Check it out. Once you go on the website, you can look. You can see some of the thought leaders that are using it and believe in it. You can also get a pretty good drive-by demo of it. Nothing replaces putting a headset on and getting the 3D experience. It's one of the hardest things to explain to someone.
Yeah.
Even you, Mike. I mean, first thing I wanted to do is say, put this on. And you did, and you said, okay, this is a different world.
Yeah.
It's not like watching a video. And by the way, there's a lot of great technology out there in the remote space. We are not a remote technology, although we can, we do bring people remote. We're an immersive technology. We immerse them into the room versus watching a screen. Very different.
Yeah. Like I said, super excited. Looking forward to working with you guys further. So appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it as well.